Things are all about trying to convince two members of the Supreme Court to retire or join our side. And that's what I think we're going to do now. So, the Master of Principle. This is the Justice who was roommates with Ellie. I think we've got a better chance of convincing her than the other guy, because this guy's only interested in retirement. This guy can't be bought or anything, apparently. But we'll go with this one first. This is my best option. The Matter of Principle. I think I hear Angela. You never forget a voice that used to wake you up in the morning. She's coming over. Put on your most charming smile, darling. Angela Foucault, Judge of the Supreme Court. Mr. President, First Lady, what a pleasant surprise. Darling, let me introduce Angela Foucault, Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court and former sorority beer pong champion. Wait, what did she say to do? Put in your most charming smile. It's a pleasure to meet you, Your Honour. Or should I be light-hearted? A female beer pong champion, impressive. Some people are impressed when women pays for herself in a restaurant and drives her own car. Oh, that went down like a sack of fucking hammers. I haven't touched alcohol for years, so the champion title is hardly my highest achievement. It's a shame I never mentioned us being best friends back in the university. No offence meant, I was reminiscing about the past. It's good to remember how free and full of hope we once were. Of course it is. As a matter of fact, I'm quite free even now. Everything fell into place the moment I stopped relying on others and took charge of my own life. Oh, this woman is a battle axe. She is. I thought this was going to be easy. She doesn't give a fuck. We are not students anymore. Taking charge of one's life is what adults do. True, but some adults prefer scoring a lucky marriage to making the world a better place. Or a country at least. Oh shit. She just said that she scored a lucky marriage because she's married to me and became the First Lady. Ooh, Angela, are you hinting at something? I'm not hinting. I'm laying it out for you. You were a talented lawyer but traded both freedom and career for a snug little spot next to your husband. That was my personal choice. What do you think, darling? None of these even add up to what's being said. Angela. All American citizens are free. You were a talented lawyer but traded both freedom and a career for a snug little spot next to your husband. None of this makes sense. You're right, Ellie. Nobody is ever truly free. We live in a society. Nobody's ever truly free. We live in a society. It doesn't make any sense, but I'll say it because I'm on Ellie's side. If you are talking about the law, I personally believe they simply help us bear responsibility. After all, freedom doesn't mean freedom from consequence. That's supposed to be after all, not fall. Let's change the subject. What is your take on the case with the faithless electors? Jabbas v federal electoral system, I think. Wouldn't you support a direct citizen's vote for the matters of utmost importance for the country? Every American has a right to speak their mind, with no spokespeople or representatives or intervening institutions. The electoral system is corrupt and hasn't represented the interest of everyday American citizens for a long time. Yes, a direct vote is the purest form of democracy. Lads, if I'm honest with you, right? All of this is fucking jibber jabber to me. I don't understand anything. I don't understand what the fuck we're talking about. This conversation does not flow properly. Wouldn't you support a direct citizen's vote? So she suggested that. Let's agree. Yes, a direct vote is the purest form of democracy. I agree, darling. The matter is likely to make it all the way to the Supreme Court. Ellie, it's about time we had this conversation. You probably expect me to be grateful for you for giving up your seat in the Supreme Court. But it was your personal choice. You didn't do it for me. Angela, what are you even... I know what you're doing. Before Face left, he approached me about an amendment and tried to do what you're doing right now, collect on a favour. Face isn't the worst of his kind, but he keeps rubbing shoulders with the wrong people, and it cost him in the end. I will tell you what I told him. Do not expect me to approve of the direct vote. It feels to me more like you're trying to deceive the people. You may have forgotten, Ellie, but I remember what they taught us. Everyone answers to the law, no exceptions. And now, please excuse me, it's my turn to make an address. Well, how about we just have you assassinated? I think that's the fucking best form of retirement. Lads, we need to bring more assassinations. There hasn't been a good assassination in a long time, and I'm getting an itchy trigger finger. This isn't something I expected from my former best friend. Your best friend's a bitch. She's got she loves sitting in a closet, sniffing her own farts. Right. I have a feeling your friend isn't going to help us. Pull yourself together, dear. We can do it. Screw you, darling. Looks like Face blabbed about our plan to everyone who would listen. I'm sorry he's gone missing. I can't give him a slap on the face. Angela Fourcourt on the Supreme Court is a huge problem. We'll have to deal with her one way or another. Don't worry, she's made me so mad that I'll definitely think of something. Give me a little time and I'll find a way to even the score. Nice. Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, there's been a flood in New Orleans, Mr. President. There haven't been any casualties so far, but the American people are an industrious bunch. Those who couldn't or didn't want to evacuate have switched from cars to boats and built themselves an American Venice. The boats have been bumping into rescue cruisers, flipping over and smashing into storefronts, and since floods are a dime a dozen in the Big Easy, there's no point in asking people to just be careful. Let's develop traffic rules for boats in case this ever happens again. Yes. Tina Way, HR Manager. Mr. President, we initiated a number of sanctions after the Venezuelan oil scandal, including a ban on the import of coffee. That was a huge mistake. A variety called Calado grows only in the Venezuelan Andes, and half the country and the entire White House is addicted to it. It's the only thing keeping the brave men and women who serve this American people 24/7 going. Mr. President, before we lose all of our staff, let's lift the sanctions and get our bold, invigorating life Calado back, please. It's only fucking coffee? Go on then, I'll lift the sanctions, fuck it. Sarah Turner, representative of the Society for the Protection of Animals. Mr. President, it's bad enough that we love certain animals and eat others, but do we really have to use images of animals to sell their own flesh? I'm talking about an ad campaign for Happy Calf beer showing an anthropomorphic cow named Tinky as she grows up. She grazes with her mother in a meadow, goes to a school and beats a pig in a relay race. And it's all capped by the slogan, Taste the Joy with Happy Calf. Let's show our animal equals a little respect and prohibit the use of images in ads for meat, okay? Why though? Why? What's that? Bro, animal, I tell you what. A fucking cow or a pig doesn't give a fuck if there's a fucking picture of a cow or a pig on a fucking thing. No. No, bro, it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Right. The Ghost's retirement party. This could be an assassination. I hope it is. Vice President. Listen, buddy, I purposely didn't tell you the famous ladies' man, Stan Michelson, is going to perform at the party. I was worried you wouldn't come. Think of the concert as a chance to talk to Vasquez, if you're not deafened by Michelson's psychedelic ballads about heterosexual love. Who's Stan Michelson? Fuck it, let's just sing to him. I'm dying of love, flowers blossom in your eyes. Wow, that was pretty much spot on. Too bad you're on candid camera. Look forward to a shit ton of memes starring the singing president, buddy. Oh fuck, that didn't go too well. Oh, Samantha Dickinson. She's the one we bribed earlier on. Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, I'm so glad you could both make it. I did my best to make this a night to remember. Don't even ask what I had to do to get Stan Michelson to perform. His voice is a little on the harsh side, but it gets you right here, don't you think, Mr. President? I would have invited Lil Doc. That guy can bust around with the best of them. That's very funny, Mr. President. You haven't seen Judge Vasquez around, have you? We'd like to have a little chat with him. He's at a table with his wife in the opposite wing. He's just sitting there, frowning and drinking milk. I don't think he's having much fun. 3 fingers of milk, please. Judge Vasquez has all the milk. He loves the stuff. Go keep him company if you have fun too. If you hate fun too. I bet we can find a way to wake the old guy up. If you can, I'll owe you one, another one. Come on then. Try to get Vasquez talking and feel him out a little. I'm sure the old fart wants to retire. He just can't bring himself to do it. If you can push him in the right direction, you know, talk about his options, draw him a pretty picture, maybe he'll get inspired and pack it along with Dickinson. You'll see, buddy. You want me to tell him how great it is to be retired? Something like that. I heard your inaugural speech, buddy. I know what a smooth talking bastard you can be. Right, gotta convince him that retirement's fucking the tits. And the thing is, he's a Supreme Court of Justice guy, right? He's got money. Why would you... He obviously doesn't enjoy his job. He can afford it. Just leave. People do prison themselves in jobs and just live a fucking miserable life because of it. They say the biggest prisons are in the mind. Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, oh my. Oh, so he's being friendly. What an honour. And that's the wife, Catalina. Please don't get up, sir. Oh, I've got no trouble getting up. I'm in great shape for my age. You work yourself too hard, dear. Senator Dickinson is in great shape too, but if you ask me, she picked just the right time to retire. That's a good thing to say. She picked just the right time to retire. What? So she can take off and leave her seat to some mushhead whippersnapper? All the kids today are good for staring at their smartphones, listening to shit music, watching TV and yanking their packers at internet sluts. Yeah, yanking their peckers at internet sluts. That's what life is all about. Be nice, Bobby. Don't mind him, Mr. President. It's been a long day. I like Bobby. I like Robert Vasquez. I'm not the slightest bit tired. That screaming freak on the stage will be the death of me. I hope he isn't literally killing you. He sure goddamn well is. Good music makes my heart beat faster, but this shit makes it want to explode. Do you care for this clown music, Mr. President? It's not the most appropriate choice for this party. I guess it really is time for Dickinson to retire. The old bat must have a screw loose. Songs about whores, drugs and drunkenness is not what I expected tonight. Thank you for the chat, Mr. President, but I believe in the separation of the judicial and executive branches. I think it'd be better if you and I didn't run into each other again. It could chip away at the foundations of our great democracy. I'll leave you with my beloved wife and go sit somewhere a little quieter. Please forgive my husband, Mr. President. He can be a little cranky sometimes. He seems like a man of principle. You can say that again. All he does is work and worry about everything under the sun. Oh, I really do hope he retires soon and starts spending time with me instead of those damn papers of his. I'm afraid he's going to slump over dead in the judge's chair. Is there anything I can do to help? Only the Lord can help me now, Mr. President. Robert told me he won't retire until he realises he's too old. But he just won't accept his age. He's obsessed with fitness. He runs in the morning, goes to the gym and yoga and drinks milk. Constantly. In other words, he's headed straight for a heart attack. Let's get him killed. He's running an annual 80+ marathon this weekend. Robert promised me he'd retire if he can't make it to the finish line. But he's the longest running competitor and a 3-time champion. I hope Judge Vasquez knows what he's doing. It isn't healthy to overdo it like that at his age. Oh, I do too, I really do. Well, wish your husband good luck at the marathon for me and ask him to take care of himself. Good evening, Miss Vasquez. Thank you, and please forgive Robert. He's about to get an earful, believe me. Lads, we're going to have this guy assassinated or severely injured. I can't wait. This is our chance, buddy. I just know we can show the old fart he needs a rocking chair and a bottle of cold beer. A heck of a lot more than a marathon. Milk and a gavel. Are you telling me we should drive him to a heart attack or something? Yes, we should. Yes. Think about what you're saying, buddy. Do I look like a murderer to you? We'll find a safer way to get the old dude to retire. Trust me, I've got a couple of ideas. As soon as that marathon starts, everything will be all set. And unless I'm mistaken, it's coming right up. Coming right up. Coming right up. Susanna Hamilton, Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. Mr. President, the idea of creating traffic laws for boats in the event of a flood has led to a wave of backlash, but mostly from people who have already been racing illegally in American Venice. So that was a positive. Ooh. Thank you for hearing our employees' plea with bringing Venezuelan coffee back. They lost stress points, but I don't think anybody was really stressed anyway. Right, Wolfgang Stoffel, Science Advisor. Modern science has achieved great things, sir, but alas, the spectre of death still hangs over all of us. I'm sure it's just a matter of time until we defeat it, but where's this thing going to come from? That's the question. Well, I've got an answer for you. Cryonics. If we develop this field right now, in 10 to 20 years we'll be able to freeze someone and send them into the future, where science will make them immortal. What? I found some ambitious scientists who are ready to take the project on. Would you be willing to invest 500,000 now for a chance at immortality in the future? No. Mate, nobody wants immortality. It might be a scientific marvel if someone manages to do this, but freezing someone's not going to work, man. The body can't fucking survive frozen. No. Antonio Estaba. Memorial Day is going to suck balls this year, buddy, and it's all because of a bunch of jackasses messing with the Rolling Thunder motorcade. They say the bikes are too loud. Boo-hoo, you're breaking my heart. They're demanding that we tell the bikes not to rev their engines and put mufflers on all of their bikes. Well, isn't revving the engines the whole point? It's Rolling Thunder, not Quiet Thunder, damn it. Will you let the bikers rev their engines and ignore them quiet loving crybabies? Yeah, fuck them. Fuck them. Will you let the bikers rev the engines? Yes, this is going to take a hit, but fuck them. Kate Bartak, your ex-wife. I don't care. Hello there, remember me? Anyway, here's the deal. I came across some old photos of us recently. Remember the ones where you were stoned out of gourds, playing naked cowboys? Well, I'm remarried now, so I grabbed all that old junk and hauled it to the dump where it belongs. Well, I got an anonymous letter today. Somebody found the photos and wants me to buy them back. I know it's a bad idea to pay blackmailers, but I really don't want your career or my marriage to be jeopardized by useful dalliances. So will you pay 400,000 to pay those pricks off? No, I don't negotiate with terrorists. Sorry, like. The four-legged four. First lady. I'm running out of patience here, hun. That old bitch Coco attacked me again. Tony's the only one who can handle that dog. Coco's always loved him for some reason. She spends almost all of her time lying on the lawn, whimpering pathetically and waiting for our vice president to get back so she can lick him from head to toe. But if I happen to get too close to her, the little bitch comes to life and starts barking at me like crazy. The Secret Service actually had to step in a couple of times when the stupid bastard tried to bite my face off. And don't think I haven't tried to deal with this myself, hun. I brought her a Kobe steak once, and she almost bit my hand off along with it. Sure, Coco's lived here so long, so one even remembers which president she came with. But I want you to get rid of her. What are we going to do about the bastard, hun? I'll ask Tony to smooth things over between you and Coco. Thanks, son. It seemed too good to be true, but it actually worked. Oh, look at it. Bless its little cotton socks. Tony whispered something gently to Coco, scratched her behind the ears and pointed at me. I thought he was messing with me, but apparently he really does have a way with dogs. The old fella walked right up to me and laid down at my feet. Tony also told me she's sick of steak after all her years at the White House, but she's crazy about Doritos. Oh, well, good. Keep feeding it Doritos and it'll probably die anyway. I actually think Coco and I are friends now. Look at all the cute pics the media got of us. That was a good choice. You can't just get rid of a dog because, well, you can get rid of a dog if it's been a fucking nasty bastard, but it was only barking, it was just scared. Lotus and beloved White House dog Coco were photographed together yesterday. Apparently the adorable pup can win anyone over, even the First Lady. Thanks to you, folks all over the town could hear Rolling Thunder, buddy. I rode at the front of the motorcade and I looked at all them happy faces and thought, dang, it sure is great that folks can remember the sacrifices of brave soldiers by listening to a bunch of loud-ass motorcycle engines, and it's all thanks to us. The Secretary of Veterans Affairs thanked you in a speech for caring about our glorious history. He said something real pretty like, sometimes we might want to close our eyes and ears to the horrors of war, but we must remember that our soldiers lost their sight and hearing for the sake of American prosperity. Hello again. I hope you're proud of yourself, you cheapskate. Just look at our naked cowboy pics all over the sand. The thing is though, listen, Kate, you're a moron. You got rid of them to the skip instead of burning them, right? And you want to pay 400,000 to a blackmailer who could just come back next month and go, well, actually, I didn't get rid of them. I'm going to blackmail you again. So, no. And so what? It's only fucking tits and vag and a bit of fucking penis. Who gives a fuck? You're not exactly fucking wonderful to look at. Nobody wants to look at it anyway. Right, anyways. Can we do anything here? Steal the FBI reports we can't do, can we? Because we need... couple of muscle. We have to wait till next month. Regulate robotics. I need PR next month. Regulate video games. A lawyer. And a journalist. Fuck, my journalist left, didn't he? Ben is a video blogger. This guy's technically a journalist, isn't he? Shit, I need to do this. I can't do this, can I? I have to leave that. I can't do the negotiations because we don't have a diplomat that speaks languages. So okay, I'm not doing protect nature either. And I'm not doing that either. Do you know what it is? I think sometimes I do agree with protect nature, but drafting up a law, right, just makes things harder for everyone. So fuck that. Right, I'm gonna try this. Regulate video games. Let's send Debbie and Ben. See where that gets us. Mr. President, can I throw my signature look at any White House staff as I don't like? No. Fuck that. You don't want to intimidate people. Right, okay. Ollie's going to lose a point anyway, so that's good. I don't need any passports for anybody yet. Let's go. Let's go into next month. You won't be able to complete protect nature or organize no. I know. Can't do it. Don't have the right people. Right. Pay the man. Sir Bush and Himuro found a buyer for the shipments of crude oil and gasoline he's pumping out of the captured territories even without our help. I told you, he's a very resourceful young man. Well, there we go. Happy days. 98. Oh my god, lads, we are smashing the fucking rep. We are smashing everything, to be honest. Right, were we successful? I'm not sure if the video blogger will be able to be classed as a journalist, but he is technically one. Crush the separatists. Hello again, neighbour. I took a look at who you sent us and decided the best thing would be was to send them right back. Their smear campaign only made things worse, and now I'm going to have to tell the press that you are encouraging separatist sentiment in Mexico. They'll draw their own conclusions. What? What the fuck? That was a bullshit. Exposing the Alphone, it did Sophie work. Mr. President, frankly, I feel a little sorry for Larry Hunter as a man. Even I couldn't resist that beautiful woman you sent him, and I haven't cheated on my wife in 10 years. Anyway, Larry couldn't resist hitting on her, and what's more, he didn't pull the cat by the tail and let both hands and tongue loose on the first date. Of course, our secret cameraman caught the whole thing close up, and the video went straight to Jackie Sassoon's post. Jackie's neighbours caught the aftermath on camera. In a fit of emotion, she picked up a golf club and thoroughly disrupted the aerodynamics of the sporty jewel she had given Larry for his anniversary. Looks like they do get back together. If they do get back together, it won't be for much longer. Well done, Sophie. At least something went right for us. Is this going to go right? Mr. President, your people did their job well and drafted a magnificent proposal. Now we can push back against developers who video games promote addiction. Okay. Americans spend 100 million hours every day playing video games. 3% of family budget is spent buying video games. A ban on the sale of video games between midnight and 8 AM. A ban on video games for those under 18 years of age. I'm not signing that. Fuck that. Fucking stupid. Mr. Prez, you don't mind if I give my husband the name of your hairdresser, do you? I don't mind at all. Power broker. Sir, I've been on the team for a long time and it's about time I take home a little more. I want that much money. Do you agree? No. And when she does ask for... no, let's think. Do I actually need her? She reduces staff income by 15%. I'm not giving her that pay rise. So how much? So she wants double the money. It's not bad. Because we're going to potentially lose her. I could always fire her though. Or I can say no and have to... I'm going to say yes. Right, even though she's fucking useless and she's off every other month, what fate awaits the 20th Amendment? The finest presidencies in the nation have precedented an endless variety of outcomes from the new golden age of democracy to a zombie apocalypse. Estaba, I've been thinking about launching a pack in favour of the 20th Amendment. I need to make sure nobody knows I founded it or would seem dishonest. What do you say, America? Samantha Dickinson, I've been in politics for 45 years and believe me, I've seen a thing or two, but now things are really starting to get interesting. The Corbo, sir, I find it very difficult to work with Lashlan. He has no respect for my beliefs at all. Last week he called my gods a false prophet, and today he threw all my religious literature in the trash. You better get rid of that blasphemer before he gets us all in trouble. Nope. Lashlan continues to stomp on my beliefs. I don't know how you haven't already fired such an intolerant employee. Lads, I've just realised something, right? The reason Lashlan is so cheap is because he winds everybody else up. So although you don't pay for him monthly, you pay for him by either having to let him leave or risk losing another member of staff or having to put them through a therapy session. And I've already put him and the assassin through a therapy session. I'm not willing to spend any more on Lashlam, so if he keeps that up, I'm just going to sack him. I know it's weird, hun, but I can't stop thinking about the conversation with Angela. I mean, the nerve of that woman. She's going to regret talking to me like that. Here's what I'm thinking. We'll make so much trouble for her, she'll have to step down. But I need your help to set everything up. I need your help to check something out. I know what to do about Vasquez, bud. No, I'm not talking about murder, although I'm actually a little surprised what a dark place I went to there. Oh, good shit, good shit, good shit. So these are the two important things. I've got two months to deal with that. But I need to regulate robotics. So this is important. Ollie? It's going to have to be Debbie, isn't it? Shit. We've got three to do that, and we don't have to worry about any passports or anything. So let's just we'll do this first. Just find the Justice's Flaw, make Justice Vasquez's upcoming marathon his last one. Right, let's look at this one first. We only need one person to do this, so that's good. Who is it? Buddy, Vasquez looks tough, but that many years can't have been kind. I say we find out exactly how much life there's left in the old dog. He jogs every morning starting at 9, right from his house's front porch. We should send one of our guys to check out how good Grandpa actually is, and see if there's some way we can try and get him out of the race. The marathon's coming up soon. Spying on people. I'm going to send Alvaro. Send Alvaro on that. Hacker. Mr. President, Jacobo is getting on my nerves with all his sermons. I don't care what he believes, but why does he have to believe it at me? Anyway, I don't think it's going to work out. You're going to have to fire one of us. Let Jacobo go. No. Mr. President, I doubt I can deal with it this much longer. Bro, you're just going to have to fucking deal with it, right? So... Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck Lashline, he's a little prick anyway. Discover the Justice's problem. Associate Justice Foucault may be acting all holier than now, but she was deep in alcohol back in her college days, so it seemed a little strange that she never even looked at her wine glass during homecoming. Angela is seeing the same therapist as Face did. I want one of your hackers to get into the shrink's computer and look for Foucault's file. Get the session transcripts, drug prescriptions, any mentions of her. There's got to be something at least. I have a feeling we'll find something if we slap that cocky smile of hers right. I might send this guy because I want to sack him anyway. Hacking people, writing software, hacking bank accounts, speedrunning video games. Send him there because he's going to get sacked, so I might as well waste his stress. Okay, now that leaves me free. 2. AI programming, Ollie. No, Amira. Responsible for the ethical side, it has to be Debbie. And a robot fan. Her, Ollie, and it has to be Debbie, doesn't it? Right, we're going to send her. Debbie, Ollie, Amira. Bang, done. Cowboy, can I start a rumour that we had an affair? I'm bored. No, you fucking can't do that. Although I would love to have an affair with her. Damn. Right. Steal the FBI reports. I need 2 guys for that, don't I? Oh, I can do it. You should dispatch a couple of men with muscle. Jacobo and Hussein. Bang. Hey, we cleared all of them up. I did not expect that. Expose the nut job. We've got 3 to do this, but what do we actually need for this? Mr. President, the Fallen America podcast airs Saturdays. Its host, Zelman Stern, is a former senator from Delaware who even ran for vice president in the late 90s, but suddenly went off the political grid and seemingly a little crazy. Stern is convinced that the country is a plutocracy. Uncle Sam is big brother, and you are his right-hand man. On the last podcast, he claimed that it was on your orders that Face was taken out. Supposedly, the former president wanted to uncover a scheme for total control of the minds of Americans. Absolute nonsense. The trouble is, Stern is a consummate orator. His energy literally enslaves an ever-increasing number of listeners, and the senator's past contributes to that. His next podcast, Parsing the Hidden Messages in 1984, is going to be listened to by 2 million people. As we speak, he's inviting experts. Maybe you can find someone who can pass for an expert and make strong enough argument against Stern's insane theories. Deception. I think Sophie might be able to do this. or Debbie. I'll be more confident with Debbie, to be honest. And Sophie's got 3. I'm not wasting money on her at the minute. So let's close this. I'm not doing that. We need to send some people on vacation. 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 Even though they have vacations every other month. Right. Closing Gitmo. Oh shit, you know what's just happened? I put them all on vacation, right? I shouldn't have done that because this is probably going to open up new quests. It doesn't matter. Closing Gitmo. Order Chambers. Mr. President, during the State of the Union address, you announced that you intended to close our detention facility in Guantanamo Bay, where the most dangerous enemies of the United States are held. I know you just wanted to score some political points, sir. I warn you, this would seriously destabilize international affairs. Our officers prepared an objective report that accounts for every perspective on the problem, so you can understand that we're not trying to intentionally misdirect you. CIA Guantanamo Status Report. The Guantanamo Detention Center is located at the U.S. Navy military base on sovereign U.S. territory on lease from Cuba. The center presently holds 40 foreign nationals with exceptional legal status. Guantanamo is a strategically important facility for U.S. national security. Thanks to it, we are prosecuting the war on terror more efficiently. As the citizens of foreign powers held at the center serve as invaluable intelligence sources. By will of Congress, we are forbidden from bringing these people into the United States under any pretext. Therefore, we simply cannot close the base. We have nowhere else to transfer those who are held there. Would the world end without Guantanamo? For a decade, we've been hearing voices calling for the closure of the US Navy base in Guantanamo. With the new president in office, these calls have only intensified. But whose voices are these? What's behind them? And more importantly, who is paying for the increase in volume? Guantanamo base is located in Cuba, which has been a proxy for superpower since the middle of the last century. First it was the USSR, then Russia, and more recently China. The regime in Cuba follows one simple rule. Their closest friend is the USA's most powerful enemy. When we're talking about Cuba, we're talking about one of America's greatest geopolitical rivals. For regular readers of Just DC, it's no secret that Guantanamo's special legal status enables our authorities to wage an effective war on terror. Unfortunately, the fanaticism of the United States' sworn enemies requires an unconventional approach to conversation, all in the name of the American security. Our editorial board believes that any and all reports of extra-legal actions and inhumane torture, including waterboarding, have been propagated by unscrupulous journalists. Unfortunately, some of our colleagues aren't beyond currying favour with dictators for their own personal gain. But in the viewpoints, Just DC is not for sale. The base in Guantanamo must remain open. Terror cannot be allowed to stand. They are posing good arguments. 5 obscure reasons why Guantanamo prison must be closed. Cuban authorities do not recognize the right... Who's this? Cuban authorities do not recognize the right of the United States to occupy Guantanamo Bay. It's the United States maintaining its military base contrary to international law. The United States maintains approximately 800 military bases outside the country. One more, one less, what difference does it make? Authorities say Guantanamo Bay is home to the most dangerous terrorists. If that is the case, is it wise for the government to keep right on the doorstep? So just imagine what would happen if these terrorists figured out how to escape. Former President Feist advocated leaving Guantanamo prison open. If Feist is for it, then it must be wrong. Members of the military who are based in Guantanamo must live in isolation, away from their families, for 9 months out of the year. Is the fight against terror truly worth the loneliness of their wives? Must the children grow up without fathers? This is not a compelling argument for closing it. The arguments are much better for keeping it open. But at the same time, I don't give a fuck. I've promised and that's what I'm doing. What do you say, Mr. President? Do you still intend to close our detention facility in Guantanamo Bay? Yes. Did you really think you could change my mind with a ridiculous report of yours? Not at all, sir. I just wanted to make sure you had all the information you needed to make your decision. If you've already made up your mind, I suppose there's no point in continuing this conversation. Time has come for action. Getting shut down. Close Guantanamo. Mila's pissed at us, hon. This time she's refused to send us any pictures of Adam until we buy her a car. The old one's shocks are shot and she's driving our son to playdates every day. Let's buy Mila a present if it's so important to her. What do you think? No, we're not going to do that. You're right, she's raising our child for us, but we pay her handsomely for it as is. Stupid bitch. Why don't we just... Is this woman just a childminder? Why don't we just get a new one? Why are we not looking after our own son? I don't understand it. Bring him to the fucking White House. Vice President of Mothers Associations of America. A child was almost killed by popular pollen in Kansas. Mr. President, she was playing at the park and chased after a ball that rolled under a poplar tree. But she never came back. She had severe allergic reaction and couldn't breathe. They managed to save this little girl. But how many more children need to suffer from poplar fluff allergies before we finally chop down all the poplar trees in the country? Time is now, Mr. President. No, just because you're allergic to a fucking tree just means you need to fucking sort yourself out. Yakto Rashid, the Natural Resources Defensive Council. Mr. President, every year we force business to increase the price of fuel to get people to give up their cars, or at least drive a little less, but the owners of a chain of gas stations in California have decided to get sneaky. Every gallon of gas they buy, they're giving drivers a coupon for another free gallon and a half. As a result, gas is getting cheaper rather than more expensive. And people are driving more than ever. Let's remind these shady business people that no one is above the law and prohibit their gas stations loyalty program, okay? No. Listen, let me just tell you something. Right, lads. The cost of petrol in the UK has went fucking apeshit, right? It's like fucking £1.50 a fucking litre, right? If not more. And do you know what hasn't happened? People's driving habits haven't changed. People rely on their cars to get them to do things, right? And it's not going to stop them doing it. So, no. We're not doing that. Listen, people need their fucking cars. Antonia Estaba. Did you know South Korean chicks are hot for your bod, buddy? Yeah. Seriously, I flipped out when someone sent me a link to a fan site dedicated to you. There were tons of pics of you with schoolgirls and hearts photoshopped out of them. That's a bit rapey. As well as clips from your speeches with K-pop songs in the background and a buttload of fan art. I know you're real busy, bud, and you've got Ellie and all that. But I wouldn't mind keeping these Korean girls interested in you. How about I respond to their love letters and say I'm you? No, you're not fucking doing that. Sheila McAllister, Secretary of Energy. The age of thermonuclear power isn't too far off, Mr. President, and when it comes we're going to need helium-3. And do you know where there's an awful lot of helium-3? On the moon. That's where. If we're the first ones to invest in mining the moon, one day we'll be able to sell the minerals we find there for billions. Will you sign an executive order beginning helium-3 mining operations on the moon? Isn't that going to cost a lot of money just to send fucking rockets up there? So how do you plan on doing this? We'll be able to sell the minerals we find for billions. Nah. That's just trying to get... This could get money for the government. Selling it to private companies who are going to start using thermonuclear. Or are we going to... Why are we going to sell it if we... Nah. It's fucking stupid. Shirley Swanson, Director of the National Bureau of Travel and Tourism. Sir, the Golden Gate Bridge is one of the most famous symbols in our country and a popular tourist attraction. It's all a popular place to commit suicide. At least one person tries to jump off of it, supposed to say, every other day. It's scaring away visitors to San Francisco, making it a less desirable tourist destination. I talked to the mayor of SF and asked her to use an AI to help solve the problem. The AI can analyse the footage from video cameras and data about the latest phone calls made by everyone who goes to the bridge. But apparently the mayor cares more about the budget than her reputation. Would we maybe spend some money on the federal budget on this? What does the AI do? Analyse the footage from video cameras and data about the latest phone calls made by everyone who goes to the bridge. But what is this? What is this? How is this going to prevent it? No, I don't think so. Listen, mate. If someone wants to jump off there and commit suicide, like, let them fucking crack on, honestly. Does everybody else need their phone spied on because a few people want to commit suicide? Or and data about the latest phone calls made by everyone who goes to the bridge? No, we're not doing that. We ain't doing it. Right, so close Guantanamo. What do we need for this? Mr. President, since you have failed to convince... I failed to convince you to abandon the idea of closing Guantanamo. It's my duty to assist you. It's up to me and my people to deal with the consequences, so I hope you'll cooperate. Otherwise, I doubt that this decision will be as successful and historic as you want it to be. It will simply be blocked by Congress. If only the whole problem was to remove the Guantanamo prisoners to other places of detention. Many of them are still not facing any charges. They need to be transferred to legal custody. In the process, we will likely have to enter into extremely unpleasant and difficult negotiations with the other states of which the prisoners are citizens, and acknowledge certain things that the US has never been willing to acknowledge. Only a miracle can solve such a problem and push the idea through Congress, and a team of top experts who understand the law, lobbying, and complex international negotiations. What do you say, Mr. President? Do you know what I say? We can't fucking do it. Fuck, we can't do it. Lads, we are destined to fail this. I don't have... We don't have anyone who can lobby fucking bills. That was lobby. I'm sure it was a girl. I'm sure she was called Sasha. She was a lobbyist. We're actually going to fail this. It's probably going to cost us some percentage, right? But the thing is, if I'd have known how fucking difficult this fucking would have been, I wouldn't have made this promise. Fine. Fine. Expose the nut job. What do we need for this again? Sophie or Debbie. Right, we're going into next month. We've done everything we can do. Bish bash bosh. Yeah, we can afford to lose rating. Closing Guantanamo is not going to be easy. I still might attempt it. But then again, we might get some new people. Hopefully there's a lobbyist coming up. That's the best I can hope for, to be honest. I'm surprised, like, new people we haven't been able to hire new people, because, like, we've only came across one diplomat and one lobbyist, and we didn't know that they had to fucking go. And they left before we even had the option to put people into counselling. It's fucking crazy. Find the Justice's Flaw. Buddy, it turned out Vasquez is in great shape. Alvaro could barely keep up. Grandpa ran 5 miles and went for a nice swim in the pool. Alvaro found a bottle of Sotalol in Vasquez's locker. That's an arrhythmia drug, so Grandpa does have a weak spot. I need to think about how we can use this to our advantage. Well done, Alvaro. Now the Justice's problem, Lashland. Darling, Lashland spent several nights rummaging through Orco's files in her therapist's personal computer. It was time well spent. My suspicions were true, and our angel is nowhere near as free of sin as she would like you to believe. This therapist deals in very specific cases of, you guessed it right, alcoholism. We just need to decide how to use this information. Very good. Regulate robotics. Mr. President, your people worked as a cohesive whole. I watched them and thought, no AI will ever surpass teamwork. Tian's diligence... Huh? Look. It's wrong. Tian's the fucking diplomat. They've got the name wrong. It probably means Ollie. Ollie's diligence struck me particularly hard. He spent almost 10 days studying the works of modern philosophers to answer the question about soul, identity and self-awareness of neural network. Document. No, the manifesto we produce will not only enshrine the relations between human and AI in legislation, it will also become a subject of intense philosophical debates. So, key principles. It's going to be like Oh, what's that game called? Deus Ex. Um, Detroit Become Human. All advanced AI programs are subject to government evaluation and control. A robot cannot be programmed to be violent or of its own violations to harm either the human being, a person who considers themselves human, or a biological human. Blah 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 blah. Right. So we need to do this by the end. Now it is. I'm not going to spend 2 million to get 9%. But I am going to postpone it in case my rating drops. When does this need to be done by? Steal the FBI wrote, buddy, it was just like I thought. Captain Tchaikovsky's safe house on a tree contained plenty of interesting documents. Most of them are dedicated to the financial crimes from late 2010s, with several papers or relative to the currency crisis Feist had to deal with during his term. Sweet mother of Jesus, did you even know what people were involved? I hope old pal Tchaikovsky died a natural death, not because of his evidence. FBI secret reports compiles fact about financial fraud in the federal government. Brilliant. Head of the Natural Resources Defence Council. Yeah, I know they'd be unhappy about that, but so what? National Bureau of Travel. Yeah, so they don't like people jumping off the bridge, but who gives a fuck? Oof. Cowboy, I've been with you since day one. 4 times as much. Go on then. She's worth it. And she calls me cowboy. I mean, what else can I say? Scientists in Saudi Arabia recently tested a new technology that uses drones and electricity to cause a rainstorm and prevent drought. Will our own government's actions be just as progressive? Kim Smith, who went missing 4 years ago, was recently found in an abandoned warehouse in rural Wyoming. Bo Tucker, the man who allegedly kidnapped Smith, was quickly arrested, but strangely he was later released with no explanation. Time for the White House to look into this. Archie Wister, is there even one decent media outlet in this country willing to tell the truth about the criminal president pretending to be the president? He's a usurper! Wake up, people! Archie, you're shouting at a fucking brick wall, mate. No one cares. You're an old washed up prick. Ridhima Pawar, Prime Minister of India. Greetings, Mr. President. I hope you're planning to visit India soon. I've got business propositions for you that needs to be discussed in person. Buddy, I know firsthand about the banker conspiracy. In case you didn't know, I'll tell you about it. No banker forgives credit to debtors. I have been burned by it, and I have not trusted receipts backed by the Federal Reserve ever since. The supplies of Mexican powders are another matter. I don't know a single person alive who has taken money from them and not paid it back. And that means that their interest rates and repayment terms are incredible. In a word, I recommend them. Yeah, we've got access to them, don't we? Oh shit, we've got things that we need to do straight away. Them. So these are most important. Okay, we might have to spend some money to drop stress. Yeah, these are important. So the last marathon, how can we deal with this? Buddy, we need his seat on the Supreme Court, but 88-year-old Judge Vasquez feels too young to retire. We should show him that 88 years is a great time to call it a day. It's not going to be easy, but good old Tony came up with a genius plan. Vasquez has a heart condition. We know he takes sotalol. That's a medication for abnormal heart rhythms. I found out on the internet that overdoses cause serious side effects. Nausea, dizziness and chest pain. Combining an overdose with physical exertion would be a double whammy. Here's the plan. It's safe and simple. We give him a triple dose of sotalol the day before seniors marathon. The old guy gets a little sick and the younger racers leave him in the dust. Do you know someone who could handle this delicate matter? It's important. Do not overdo it. Otherwise, who knows how it might turn out. I want to send Jacobo, right? But I'm tempted. I think this guy might just fucking just kill him. But he's good at breaking and entering. Alvaro and Hussein. I think we need Jacobo on it. Definitely. It's going to be risky. But yeah. Who else? send Alvaro. Right, so wait there. Come on then. The seniors run us tomorrow. That means we need to act right now. The old man took the day off and he's staying cooped up at his house in Spruce Drive. The only time we can get him is when everyone's asleep. The hardest part is mixing the thing properly. Where should we put the medicine to make sure Robert drinks it? I have no idea. What do you think? Ah, oh, fuck. Shoot Vasquez in his kitchen? He's useless. I can't do it. I actually can't tell you why I can't do it. Because if I stress Alvaro out, he's actually going to leave. Can't do it. Fuck, lads. It's tough, this. I'm going to have to risk... Well, actually, there's no point in actually sending him on a retreat because this guy's going to get stressed out anyway. Let's try it. I'll send these two because I'll use him if I can break in with this guy. These are getting ridiculously hard, these missions. Right, here we go. Get to the house at night and mix the medicine in Robert's milk. This guy's fucking... This is his first time he's ever been stressed. Sir, the kitchen window was ajar and I had no problem getting in. There was an open bottle of milk in the fridge and I poured the powder right in it. When I returned to my car, I noticed the light in the kitchen. Sir Vasquez poured the remaining milk in a glass and swallowed it in a gulp. Hope he won't feel too bad after that. Right. Now the reason I brought Alvarez... Oh, buddy, Vasquez's run started in Crossing Park and when they were near the little road, our vet took the lead. He ran hard and we followed him in the car on the parallel street. The moment I thought that Solitol didn't work, Vasquez grabbed at his chest. But after that, the old man didn't stop running. What a stubborn fool. On the crossing of Stonebridge Road, he suddenly collapsed and started shaking. Buddy, what should we do now? Seems he's dying. Now Alvaro, he can do CPR. Mouth to mouth. Bang. Sir, the war taught me two things among other. Give him first aid and last respects. Fortunately, we don't need the later today. Good. I rubbed Vasquez's chest so thoroughly that I think I broke a couple of ribs, but okay, he'll be as good as new. The paramedic arrived at the spot, shook my hand and said that today I saved a life. It feels so good. Buddy, I didn't expect this medicine to be so powerful. I guess that idiot on the internet miscalculated the dosage. But more importantly, it went smooth. We pulled off an impossible covert operation. Everyone's still alive. I'm sure Vasquez will retire all this shit and the judge's seat will be vacant. Fucking get in. Cook the man some fucking eggs. Right. If you run, no matter what the road... If you have some fuel in the tank... No. If you run no matter what the road... If you run no matter what the road... You may also get a hint from a cardiologist. What the fuck am I even saying? I hate... No, what it is, the worst part about this game is the fucking Twitter things. If you really won't let go... Knock yourself out, have it your way. You never know what's around the corner. You really won't let go, knock yourself out, have it your way. Lads, fuck this, I don't care. You really won't let go. You may get hit from a cardiologist. You never know what's around the corner. Fuck knows. You just remember. Lads, I hate this. I hate it. I want you to know. Because I'm on your side. Fuck, what the fuck is this fucking shit I'm writing here? Whatever. Whatever, motherfucker. We got positive for that, eh? How the fuck? Right, so finish. Robert Vasquez is out. Nice. Oh shit, I've just looked at the time. Retire at least one disloyal judge from the Supreme Court. Good. Judicial appointment. Continue. Oh shit, we've got to do that. Sir, another drinking problem. No, sure. Oh, well, I expected that. I knew she would be fucking... These last few days have been a royal mess, don't you think, sir? Yeah. That's okay, mate. You're going to go on retreat. Catalina Vasquez. Robert announced his retirement when he was still on an IV drip, Mr. President. I heard that one of your employees saved my husband. Please thank them for me. If my Bobby passed away, I don't know what I would do. I can only be thankful that there are good people in the world like you, Mr. President. Yes, we nailed that, mate. The children are the future. The Eggheads are going to launch an experimental rocket from Cape Carnival tomorrow, bud. The thing's going to deliver a high-speed internet relay into orbit for kids in South Africa. So here's the thing. The papers are saying that this thing is state-of-the-art and it's 5% government funded. That means 5% of the rocket is your handiwork. I'm going to hold a press conference at NASA about the whole thing tomorrow. I could drop your name in there if you want. I bet it'll help you convince our voters with all of our progress and whatnot. Say the launch would never have been possible without help from the White House. Say the satellite is a gift from the American people to the world. Bang. Let's be modest. It's almost like you knew there was something funny going on with that piece of crap, buddy. The rocket blew up right on the launch pad. Looks like America's gift never made it to the African kiddies. It's a real shame, but at least I didn't goof up and get us in too deep. Shit. I knew it was going to fucking explode. How could you avoid that? Every single thing was like, oh yes, take credit for it. When the government gets involved in something, it goes to shit every time. It's true. It's true. What is it? The famous saying? The worst thing anybody could ever hear is when the government says, don't worry, we're here to help. It's fucking true. Right, lads, we're going to call an episode there. When we come back, we'll see if we can do a drop in the ocean because we have to get this done before we move on to next month. And we have a couple of extra things, but we've got a couple of months to do it. But this judicial appointment, I would love to get this one done before next month as well if we've got the staff, but I'm not sure whether we do or not. Okay lads, hope you enjoyed the episode. See you in the next one.